Hello everyone, Jeremy here, and today I'm going to be taking a look at two new K'NEX Family Guy figures. Way back in May, K'NEX announced that they acquired a license to produce Family Guy construction sets and figures, and they were supposed to come out in the spring of 2014, but they are showing up in stores now. I got this from Toys R Us, and these two figures were $8.99. Seems kind of expensive. But at least for this week, they've got one of those buy one, get one 40% off sales going on. Don't know if they marked up the price and then threw in the wholesale thing, as they sometimes do, but I still wanted to share these with you because the Family Guy line is brand new to K'NEX, and just wanted to take a look and see what these figures look like. Now, there are a couple of other packs of two characters that you can get. This one has Peter and Chris, and then the other two has Stewie and Lois, and another one has Meg and Brian. May he rest in peace. So let's open this up and take a look at the figures and see how good they are. Alright, and so here are the two Family Guy figures. We've got Peter on the left and Chris on the right. And just like some of K'NEX's other figures from like the Super Mario line and such, they can be taken apart at the head. See, Chris's head pops right off. And there's a look at that. His hair here is a bit strange. It's almost as if his hair is a separate piece in and of itself. You can kind of see down into the cracks of the mold, and it almost looks like you can take his hair right off, but you can't. It's all glued to his head. And then they also come apart at the waist. So if you wanted to mix and match them, you can. So yeah, it's the same thing for Peter as it is for Chris. Let's see if we can get Chris to stand up. There he goes. You know, Peter's head also comes off, also detaches at the waist. And as far as articulation goes, you can move their arms both up and down a full 360 degrees. And as for their legs, they have some articulation as well. So you can kind of get them. Well, you can't get them to sit down because they don't bend enough in order to keep their balance while they're seated like this. So they'll just plop right over. But you can stud them in something and they can sit down that way. As far as the overall look to these figures, as I'm looking at Peter, just the basic characteristics of how they basically made his face, it reminds me of the Peter Griffin from the very early Family Guy episodes, like the episodes before Family Guy was canceled. Well, can't even stand him up. Before Family Guy was canceled, so he does not resemble the Peter Griffin from the more recent and still ongoing new episodes of Family Guy, which to me is a bit of a bummer because, you know, it's just something about seeing the old versions of figures. It's almost as if Lego were to come out with their Simpsons line and then they made the Homer Simpson look like the old Homer Simpson. You know, the old chocolate frosty milkshakes Homer Simpson. And, you know, it just... I don't know. I wish they went with the updated Peter Griffin design as opposed to the old one. And as for Chris, you know, Chris really didn't change all that much. You know, Peter, his eyes, what really stood out for me, his eyes bucked out more in the earlier seasons than they do now, at least to my eye. And his face also was rounder. But Chris, he looks pretty much the same, pretty much like he always did. You know, no biggie there. So let's just bring the two back in together, father and son, on the same focal plane. So yeah, once again, these are just two of the Family Guy figures. You can also get Meg, Brian, Lois, and Stewie. They all come in packs of two, and there's also some construction sets as well. It came with this little pamphlet on the inside. I'll just move these guys back a little bit so we can take a look at the pamphlet. Chris is not going to stand. So if you take a look at the pamphlet here, you can see some of the construction sets. Both of these I saw in my local Toys R Us. We've got Stewie in the Time Machine, right there. Then we have Peter in the station wagon up at the top, and I actually picked up the Stewie's Time Machine, so I'm going to be doing a review on that very soon, and we'll be able to see just how good the quality of those are. Because I've never built anything Connects before, so this is going to be an experience. So thanks so much for watching. Until next time, I'm Jeremy, and I'll see you in the next video.